We never went on the first date, but we liked each other.
And I really don't know how we got together. Seems like we went to a party.
Yeah.
And they had you got chosen if you picked that name and you go in the room and kiss whoever was back there.
Oh, y'all playing spin the bottle?
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
And then he was your first kiss?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Huh?
No.
I wasn't your first kiss?
No.
You weren't my first kiss?
No.
Who was?
Bobby Kirby says, you got to go out there and kiss Beverly. Boy, she knows how to kiss.
Bobby Kirby?
Bobby Kirby.
Oh, my God.
I'll never forget. You must have laid it on him.
Wonder where Bobby is today.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Word about today's show.
So, the theme of today's show.
Today's announcements.
Remember, today's news is tomorrow's trash.
Today's big day. Today's the day.
Today's the day!
All right, honey, today's the day.
Today's not the day for this.
And now, for today's climactic act.
Show you've been waiting for all your life.
I don't know, all your life. That's a little strong. It's a little strong, but good build-up. Thank you, Random Audio. Wasn't that adorable, Fred? I'm telling you. With all the technology we have now, folks, I'm going to tell you this. If you have elderly parents, folks in your life, record their stories. Record their stories. Video and audio if possible. Audio only if they're not comfortable with it. God dang it, man. I got a wild tickle. Anyway, record their stories. It is Monday, June 23rd. How's your Monday? I didn't change the title. I just realized that. It probably says yesterday in our Friday's thing. God, you moron. 6:23. I'm going to put this in here because I thought I had a nice little message today. I don't know if it'll update it. I think it will. Saving. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. Whew. I thought I just killed the stream when I updated the titles. I was like, oh, crap. Did I just nuke it? Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. As I just changed it to say today, I am thankful for charity. We have a heat advisory for our area and for a lot of folks outside of our area. Obviously, the heat advisory is kind of all in the country, just all up in it. The stank is thick. Be kind. Check on your neighbors. Have some grace with people. Be patient. Short fuses in these hot temps. It's tough. But help others, okay? However you can. I've had some turmoil in my spirit over this. But just because charity is important. And what you need to remember is when people will take advantage of charity. It's always been that way. It will always be that way. That should not deter you from being charitable. Don't let misuse and abuse be something that keeps you from giving, because despite that, there's still so many people that have a genuine need and you can still genuinely help. So block the outside noise. Focus on where the heart is, right? You want to eat the artichoke heart, you got to get through all them spiny parts and get all them shits out the way. Then you get to all that good meat. So just do that with life. Mother Teresa said, it's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Remember that today. You lost 6 hours you were supposed to be off today? Did you get probed by aliens or something? Or, oh, you mean you had to go to work instead of being off? You're having a clerk's moment. I'm not even supposed to be here today. I am sore today. I am going to tell you right now, I'm going to have a struggle talking for this entire hour because I can't take deep breaths. Because last night when I left the catfish game on my one wheel, Mr. Cool Darren took off 15 feet down the sidewalk, and that fucker nosedived and threw me like a trebuchet. Kinda. Anyway, nosedive, and I went down. And I would be fine. I'm a little sore in my shoulder because that's kind of took the brunt impact left side, right? Because I lead left. Anyway, I landed. I remembered yesterday. See, part of the reason I didn't ride my one-wheel to catfish games is like, well, I can't take my big jug unless I put it in a backpack, and then my balance is off, and it's all weird. I remembered that when I had re-upped my lids, I got this sleeve that fits so nicely. It's got a handle here. It's got a little dingle-donger, so you know it's a boy sleeve. See, right here? Anyway, it also has clips, and I have a strap, so I could put my water bottle on. Well, lack of physics brain, Darren, says, just put it on. I put it on, and I hung it off to the left, where when one would fall, this fucker would be underneath you. And sure as shit it was. And I landed on that water bottle right on my rib cage. And, man, I'm telling you what, my ribs are freaking sore. Deep breaths are painful. Moving is painful. And that's rib bruising. But you know what? Got up, dusted myself off. I gave thumbs up to the people that watched me that were like, damn, you okay? Yes, I'm fine. And I rode home, and I made it home. And I got a boo-boo on my elbow and one on my ankle and my butt. Right. Well, it's more high cheek, but some road rash, but no big deal. It's more the rib thing. That's really the only thing that's bothering me is just, damn it. So if I say, damn it a lot today, attribute that to the ribs. Okay, thanks. Today is National Pecan Sandies Day, or Pecan Sandies, whatever they call them. They're tasty little diabetic treats, and if you want them, if you want diabetes, get some pecan sandies. I don't know. It's a lot of sugar. But today's the day to celebrate them. It is National Detroit-Style Pizza Day. What is Detroit-style, you ask? I don't really know. I don't pay much attention to it. I think isn't it New York-style is the big-ass floppy ones, right? What's Detroit-style? It just doesn't have any toppings, and it's disappointing? I don't know. What is Detroit-style pizza? You tell me. It's Public Service Day. Saluting public service. Thank you for your public service. Here's a public service announcement. It's going to be hot as shit all week. Heat advisory. Hydrate, wear light, loose clothing, stay in the shade, get in the AC, check on your neighbors and the elderly, and bring your pets in. It's friggin' hot. If you got strays, put out extra water today. That's your PSA on Public Service Day. I think that's more for people in public service than PSAs, but it is what it is. It's National Belly Button Day. Here's mine. Can't see it. Haha. I'm a fan of belly buttons. I think they're amazing. You know, it's where it all started. That's where your first meal came in. Humph. And then we snip that shit off and tuck it in. Carrie has a sensitive belly button. She doesn't like me poking her in the belly button, so I do it to annoy her. Domino's and Papa John's are both from Michigan. That's true, John. I don't know. New York style is like the giant floppy pieces. And, of course, St. Louis style is the Emos cracker crust, right? But I like Emos. I don't know what other, so there's wood-fired. I don't know if that's Italian style or what you'd call it. But something like that. There's Dennis. Hooray. Oh, and Fred's joined him over there on the YouTube. Look at that. Fred is multimedia-ing today. Look at you and your bandwidth. And it's typewriter day. Clickety-clack. Nothing like the sound of a tactile typewriter. Tap, tap, tapping away. Anybody still have do you still own a typewriter? You know, amongst all the shit in my house, that's something I don't have. I do not have a typewriter in my house. However, I can say there's at least 2 or 3 of them down here. The old electronic ones. Chicago's Deep Dish. That's right, John. Yeah, that's another classic. Today's TIQ, sponsored by Buzio, because that's the fuckers that make my water bottle. Some Chinese company, I'm sure, but they have like a lion for the logo. But this bottle was like $30. It's insulated. I've had it for however long. It's been like 5 years. And obviously can take a 225-pound body on it without crushing. But it keeps cool. This shit sat in the Jeep in the sun and still had ice in it. And you can buy replacement lids and all that crap for it, and then you'll just have it forever. Screw all that Hydro Flask shit. Buzio. It's bougie, yo. That was a free endorsement. You're welcome, Buzio. Morning, old dog. It's time for the TIQ. Let's toss this biatch out here. Poof. And this is kind of a lame TIQ. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. It's kind of a lame TIQ, to be completely honest. I'm not a big fan of it. Nothing personal, TIQ. Millions of people between the age of 25 to 34, whatever gen that is. Anyway, they say they always call someone to help them with this. What do these people always need help with? It is not Smokestack Betty, but I need help with Smokestack Betty. I can't handle her awesomeness. It's too much. Smokestack Betty, she's so ready under my umbrella. I couldn't think of anything else to write with that song. That's over with. Moving. That's a good answer. Not it. Sorry for the squeaks. I feel like this thing is slowly dropping on me. Guess it doesn't matter. Still works. Guess away. Today's winner gets a ding-a-ling of the Captain Cowbell and I don't know, maybe we'll break out the Boil-O-Matic for you today. Darren, how intriguing. I know, right? Guess away, TIQ shenanigans. It's birthday time. He's the little birthday monkey with the little cha-cha-cha. He's a-bringing on and on. Oh, I hate that. Dennis, yeah, when you get toe bleeds last forever. I don't get it. I don't know why toes bleed so hard. I guess because it's at the bottom of our body. Squirting that shit. No, Fred, but you should consult a doctor. Don't you wish sometimes they'd just go ahead and call? No, wait. Cat hair on the mic. Flipping a circuit breaker. No, that's a good guess. Yes, it is, Robert. I'd talk about it right now, but I got to leave that for Stone Richards, Weather Lord. That's his. He lives for this shit. Happy birthday to Jose Gobo. Jose Emilio Gobo Jr., a fine fella, a damn fine musician. He was in town for the Jazz Underground series, a friend of Felipe Brito's, and it was nice to meet him, hear him play. Good stuff. Loved it. Loved the show. Hope you're doing well. Dude, last night was insane. 15-13 was the final score after 11 innings after a walk-off two-run homer by the Catfish. Thank you for that, because them shits was killing me going so late. And thank God it was a 4 o'clock game, but it was still a 4-hour game. Whew. We'll be back at it Tuesday. Doubleheader on Tuesday. That means double the Troy. I like that. I'll catch up with you later on that. Since 7-inning games, I've got to figure out a couple things. Oil change. No, that's a good guess. Yeah. All right. So, Dennis is cutting his foot open. We're going to continue guessing on the TIQ and wish Whitney Tankersley Miller a happy birthday today. Happy birthday, Whitney Miller. She is a funny, amazing woman who loves the animals. And has an awesome husband, one of the coolest dudes on the planet, Matt. And so, Whitney, we wish you a very happy birthday. I hope you are celebrated immensely. I hope somebody freaking paints your picture today. How about that? A clogged toilet, changing a tire. No, good guesses. Good guesses. I mean, you're on the right track, right? Think of people you know 25 to 34. What would they call you for help? Oh, intelligent person who might be a little older than me. How can you help me fix this? Do this. Make this. Create this. Do that thing. That's whatever this thing is. Thanks, O-Dog, and enjoy your work. I hope you stay cool today, my dude. Happy birthday to Kelly Goff, lover of the doggos and an amazing human. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Kevin Cahill. May the sun shine upon your shoulders, but like through a window in the AC, because it's hot as shit. Yeah, that's fair, Fred. Hanging a ceiling fan. No, but that's a good guess. And hanging a ceiling fan's a pain in the ass. It's not that hard. It's just awkward. It's always awkward. Jumping a car battery. No, changing a tire. All good guesses. And Tony Hill celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, Tony. Hope it's a fantastic day. Hope somebody gives you something off your birthday wish list. I cannot get my son. My son's birthday's coming up July 3rd. I said, what do you want for your birthday? You know what he has given me ideas for so far for his birthday? The first idea was a wireless mouse, like a Bluetooth mouse. So he has a mouse to use for school. And number 2 on the list was Xbox gift cards. That's it. That's all he's giving me ideas for. And who asked for a Bluetooth mouse to use for school? Like that, just save that for August for school supply time. How to get a job, changing the brakes, how to set them up on a date, asking them to set them up on a date, or asking them for like employment reference. I get you. Oh, no, not it. Nope, not it. Financial advice that they then ignore. No. Can you come over and satisfy my woman? I'm too inexperienced. No. Only in the movies. Happy birthday to Jason Mraz. He is 48 today. I like Jason Mraz. I think he's a talented mother trucker. And kudos to him for hiring one of the best horn sections on the planet to tour with him and record with him. Yes, indeed. From Austin, Texas' own. So, happy birthday, Jason Mraz. 48 today. Texting the new love. Filming their TikTok. No. How to write a resume. Good guess. Not it. Selma Blair is 53 today. Selma Blair. She was in Hellboy, more respectably. But she was also in, what was that weird one she did with the big boob chick from the Alien movie? It doesn't matter. Cooking a turkey. That's a good guess. I would not have guessed that one. It's Chico DeBar's 59th birthday today. Half of L. Actress Frances McDormand is 68 today. And American Idol judge Randy Jackson, 69. Would you like that, Randy? That's a no from me, dog. Okay. What movies are you watching? What movies are you watching, Fred? Dennis has got the Red Shoe Diaries over there. Not because of the bleeding toe, because he's by himself. All right, let's get some history nuggies out while you guys are guessing. Oh, we got a banger of a show on deck today. I know I always say that, but hey, you got to stay optimistic. But we're going to talk about top 10 deadly insects you should avoid at all costs. Those sons of bitches. Something midgets. No. Helping with a home project. You're in the neighborhood. Trevor, you're in the neighborhood, but got to be more specific with it. You know why it's National Typewriter Day? It's because on this date in 1868, the typewriter was invented. Yep. For no typewriters, you had typesets, and it took forever. Long process. But then somebody said, I'm going to get really stoned, and I'm going to create this thing with spider arms and shit. You know, the first typewriter was the size of a dining room table, and it was all caps, by the way. So if you bitch at somebody for typing in all caps, I'm completely okay with that. That shit is 2 centuries old. Stop typing in all caps. We have cases for a reason now. Anyway, drywall, painting, building a deck, electrical work. No, all good guesses. Planting the flowers, cleaning the gutters. All things you can come do at my house. Washing the dog, washing the dog. Washing the dog, washing the dog. Nope. Tile, no. It was on this date in 1953 that Frank J. Zamboni was issued patent number 2,642,679 for his ice resurfacer. That's right, the Zamboni, born unto this date in 1953. I see an answer from John McGowan. I see an answer from John McGowan. It's hanging a picture. Yeah. 25 to 35, don't know how to hang a picture, apparently. So everybody give John some likes and some love. We'll give a celebratory spritz of the lens cleaner. Psh, ooh, it's cloudy. And I'm not going to get out the Boil-O-Matic. My hands are too sweaty. It's too moist in here. I will take a deep breath for you, John. All right. Putting down a case of beer. Hey, call me anytime you need help. I'm here for you. I was going to I'll say this real quick before we, well, no, let's stay on track here. Bill and Ted says on this date in 1980, the Dave Letterman Show debuted on NBC Daytime. It was canceled a few months later. The Dave Letterman Show. It was too much for the daytimers. Asterisks for emphasis. Yes. Okay. That's what it's going to be. 1984. One of my favorite songs. Number One in All the Land by Duran Duran, The Reflex. I love the chord structure in that song. That's one of the things I loved about Duran Duran. The creative chord structures. It was different from the A-B kind of format, you know. Excuse me. 1989, Batman and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, starring Rick Moranis. Was released in theaters on this date. So happy birthday to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Holy cow. That movie was pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I was like 15 when it came out. But it was a good movie. The Union of the Snake is another one that I like. Yeah. The harmonies with their chords. Oh, man, it's just good stuff. Duran Duran was creative. I like it. 1991, Sonic the Hedgehog video game debuted. And Sega Genesis was never the same. It was didn't it debut on Sega Genesis? I don't remember. I wasn't a Sega kid. So that's Mickey's favorite, the movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. We're going to talk about some of those deadly insects later. God, if they'd have run into those in that movie, it'd been terrifying. Pinch your fucking head off. Just 1992, John Gotti was sentenced to life in prison after being convicted of racketeering charges. That's the only ones he was convicted of. Ordinary World is a fantastic song. Indeed, from 1993. That's the same album as it was Ordinary World was the album, right? But Come Undone was on there too. It's another good song. And let us never forget, it was in 1993 on this date that Lorena Bobbitt cut off her husband's penis. John Wayne Bobbitt, chop it, toss it out the window, and that was that. And I swear to God, since that date in 1993, for whatever reason, Center Junction and Jackson, every once in a while, Spurs thought of Lorraine and Bobbitt throwing a dick out the window. I don't know why it's there, but that's what it does to me. Oh, yeah, Rick Moranis is Mickey's favorite. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Good morning, Bethy. Hey, Bethy, I know you're probably hitting the gym this morning or you're hitting it this week. We're going to talk about proper hydration a little bit, just a tiny bit. I know you're on it. I know you're fully focused because I've been preaching it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Dennis. Bobbitt. You've been bobbitized. And then the dude had it reattached and went into porn. That's not bullshit. The dude made adult films. Yeah. 2010, John Eisner and Nicholas Mahut played the longest game in Wimbledon history. The score was 59-59 in the fifth set when play was suspended because of darkness. The men had been playing against one another for 10 hours. Damn. That's a long tennis match. Whew. I couldn't do that. It was Genesis. The Toys That Made Us. Oh, yeah. I've watched a couple episodes of that. Yeah. The Toys That Made Us is a great series. I need to dig back in on that. That kind of fell off my radar. Sega boy. Thank you, Mallrats. Number one song in the land in 2012. Hey, I Just Met You. This is crazy. But here's my number. You're not a date rapist, are you? Call Me Maybe was the number one song in the land 13 years ago. Still plaguing your mind, especially since I brought it up. Yeah, Bethy, I saw that this morning, that Reddit thread you posted. It's making its way around here on a Facebook share from somebody in the area. But yeah, it's a FEMA worker. And the post, as I read it, he said he was thinking about walking Trail of Tears Park. Trail of Tears from Cape Girardeau would not be west through Jackson. That would be out towards like where we went to Johnson Shut-ins, and you start getting out that way, you're going to start heading towards Pink Rock and Johnson Shut-ins, Elephant Rock State Park, and then you get up and more into the Mark Twain National Forest when you go that direction. Trail of Tears State Park is right literally on the Mississippi, obviously, and is north of Cape, but not through Jackson. You would go through the back end 177, blah, blah, blah. Irrelevant for you guys. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting that that's how it was described, because the last scene of his rental car was heading west through Jackson, which is the opposite direction of where you'd want to go to Trail of Tears. The timeline didn't make sense in the post, but I just kind of like, well, whatever. He's still missing. Here's what the dude looks like. My hope is that he did not, go to Elephant Rocks or something. Thing is most of the places around here, we don't have those crazy remote mountain trails. Like most of our trails around here are pretty well populated most of the year. Now, yesterday might have been a little different with it being super hot. But somebody hurts themselves on any of our trails that anybody's going to find Googling around here, somebody's going to find you pretty quick. They're just popular, okay? The trails are being used. So hopefully. Speaking of which, here's Greg. Boy, that was a nice introduction for Mr. Gannon. Good morning, sir. So, Bethy, I appreciate you posting that. And I hope that kid is found, because there's not many places that you go. Well, I mean, there are, but he's not going to go, floating down the Mississippi unless he did something real stupid. What else are we at? Let's see. We talked about Carly Rae Jepsen. We got to come out of that. Oh, in 2013, Nick Wallenda became the first man to successfully walk across the Grand Canyon on a tightrope. Now, I feel for certain that is the tightrope across the Grand Canyon. That's something that has been tried a lot over years and years and years. So how many unsuccessful attempts were there? That's my curiosity question. If it took us to 2013 to make that happen, and tie roping isn't even like a cool thing anymore, like that was 100 years ago. Like 1923, some motherfuckers would go to the fair to watch a tightrope walker. Nowadays, good luck. You can't even sell it. People are just too digital. I love a good circus. But the point is, that's scary. That's scary. The Flying Wallendas. I can't imagine the steel and the weight of carrying those giant brass balls as he walked across there. It is just hard to fathom being that ballsy. Crazy to me. But speaking of hot balls, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Stone Richards, Weatherlord. Just off his whirlwind tour of Europa. Hey, Stone, how are you today? I turned to look at you and I winced because, I shifted. I gotta adjust. Frick. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it over to you and I'm just going to rest for a minute. Thanks, Darren. Stone Richards here in full demon possession mode. And you're right, this does hurt, Darren. Today, high of 93. Here's the deal. Heat advisory in effect through Friday evening. Because outside sucks this week. Okay, that's kind of it. It just sucks. And yeah, Fred, that's nuts to me. Nuts. But today, high of 93. Heat indices are going to be over 100 probably all week long. Maybe see 104 today, 105. We do have a slight chance of some thunderstorms popping up this afternoon, maybe 3 o'clock or so. That could provide some relief in a few remote places around the area, but it's going to be garbage outside. So if you got to work outside, stay hydrated. Drink water. Okay, keep the water flowing. Get in the shade. Wear light, loose clothing. Take care of yourself. All right. Take breaks. Get in the AC. This is not 1937. You're not a steel worker on top of the Empire State Building with no, regulations and rules. Take breaks and take care of yourself. Gregory, if you're off call, right? But I'm sure you got to work today. If you got to be out there in that shit, if it's hot up there, man, be careful. Get in the AC. Stay cool if you can. Check on your neighbors. Check on people that you don't know. And if you see somebody, keep a cooler in the back of your car. Just drive around. You see somebody walking that looks hotter than shit, pull over and say, hey, man, here's a bottle of water. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. You could do that if you ain't got anything else to do today. Anyway, hot, humid, gross. 93 today, 93 tomorrow, 95 Wednesday, freaking 117,000 degrees on Thursday. It's just going to be upper 90s, heat index over 100 all week long. Sunny, dry, but not dry because the humidity is going to be terrible. Just no rain. We may see, we got a 20% chance like 10:30 tomorrow of some storms as well, but probably not going to see much. Make sure if you're watering your garden, water early in the day. That's easier on the plants before it gets super hot and then the sun kicks in a lot more. You got some AC repairs today. Oh, yeah, man. That is a top-notch priority. All right, be careful, be safe. No wheezing the juice. A nap would be fucking great. It's hot as hell with no end in sight. That's right. Well, thank you, Stone, and thank you for commiserating with me as you possessed my body. See you Wednesday, pal. Shit. Monkey pancakes. Any of you guys good food artists like to, you can do the pancakes with the squirty bottles and make things and you flip it over and it's like Mario or something. You see those videos? It's been a minute since I've seen one. That's kind of fun to do. I'm not very good at that. I can make a letter, but then it's going to be a big fat poofy letter. Drew, absolutely. And my dad's out working on fencing this stuff. It's like, I'll only work till 1. Here's the thing. Today by 10 o'clock, as I was looking at the temperate lead out, by 10 o'clock, it's supposed to be like already at 99. So right now, it's like 8 o'clock, right, in downtown Cape. What is the current temperature right now? Did I even refresh it? I did. It's 81 degrees right now, and the heat index is 86 degrees at 8:03 a.m. It feels like 86 outside. Sorry, monkey. I know. We're on to Brecky Bits. Bigger, better, brighter, stronger. Let's go. Former professional hockey player Guido Tenesi starred in the 1977 sports classic hockey movie of all time, Slapshot. Right? Good movie. Died at the age of 71. He was the blonde guy that was kind of like always checking himself in the mirror, and the ladies loved him, but he did not have, he was one of 3 primary characters on the Jets roster, did not have a speaking role. But he was popular with the ladies, and he was always like checking his hair and shit. Billy Charlebois, something like that. Billy. But Billy didn't talk, didn't have a role. It's a kind of an interesting, the Winnipeg Jets that, played for Slapshot, the actual hockey players. You can go read up on it. In a world gone mad. In a world gone plaid. We've gone to plaid. Current temperature, hot as Frank. Yep. It's gross. This is the kind of temperature where things stick to places and just, it's gross. Wheel of Fortune. Have you watched the new Wheel of Fortune? It got a ratings boost during its first season back with new host Ryan Seacrest, averaging 7.9 million viewers. That's up 74,000 from the previous year. When you're talking about 8 million, 74,000 doesn't seem like that's really even worth mentioning. I'm not a Ryan Seacrest fan personally. I feel like he is an AI robot, early experiment. Just kidding. Go, Ryan Seacrest, go. I'd like to buy a vowel, please. Fred Smith, the founder of Federal Express, now FedEx Corp., has passed away. He revolutionized the express delivery industry. He really did. He was 80 years old. Surgeons in Houston successfully performed the first robotic heart transplant on a patient. Fully robotic, meaning no human hands involved in this heart transplant. Successfully done. How about that? It's kind of crazy if you think about it. That's really kind of nuts. Put that in perspective in your head. They moved one heart out and another one in, put all the bits back together successfully. Dude's alive. Or lady's alive. I don't know if it was what kind of person it was. By robots. Fat Joe. You know the rapper Fat Joe? He's 54. Fat Joe has been accused of sex acts with minors in a $20 million lawsuit filed by his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. The rapper denies the allegations. Seems to be a rash of these lately. I don't know. Maybe they finally realized that terrible things should come to light. You should be held accountable for your misdeeds. Innocent until proven guilty. Did you guys fans of the show Everybody Loves Raymond? You know, the Ray Romano classic, I guess now, CBS show from back in the day. It was on for many, many seasons. Everybody Loves Raymond. You know, Ray Romano pleaded and begged with CBS not to name it Everybody Loves Raymond. But they insisted. Everybody Loves Raymond. That's the name of the show. What was the other names considered? Guy Named Raymond? That Raymond Guy. It's that Raymond Guy. Nice Being Raymond. Or Raymond. No, I don't know. If any of that Nice Being Raymond might work, Everybody Loves Raymond. That's what his brother said, right? I've said Raymond too much now. I'm tired of saying that name. Bruce Springsteen is planned to release a new solo album next year, by the way, if you're a Bruce Springsteen fan. Don't know if you caught this clip. Beyonce rocking Paris last week, or playing country in Paris. Anyway, she's on a tour right now. Who joined her on stage? Miley Cyrus. That's right, the GOAT lady. She jumped up. The two singers belted out their hit, I Most Wanted, or Two Most Wanted in Roman numerals. But anyway, they sang it. Miley sang it. It's a good song. Good job. Miley and Beyonce. You can catch that online. I found a video of it pretty quick. They look lovely. They had them gold dresses on, popping. Miley had like big-ass sequins. Can't go wrong with sequins. The dad on, and an interesting note on him. Peter Boyle, the dad from Everyone Loves Raymond, and I actually didn't copy it in here. Damn it. What was I'm going to look it up now. Bum 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 ba da da dum bum 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 ba da da dum bum 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 ba da da dum. Okay, let's find it here. Where's my Peter Boyle? Yeah, Peter Boyle's wedding. The guy that played Raymond's dad in the show, and also Frankenstein, young Frankenstein. His best man, Peter Boyle's best man at his wedding was John Lennon. That's the fact I wanted to share that I could not remember. I knew it had something to do with his wedding. John Lennon was his best man. How about that shit? Peter Boyle just jumped up ranks, didn't he? Was it Fred? To some degree, I think we all connect with it a little bit. Finally, Applebee's and IHOP are planning to go heavy in the AI in the restaurants in the coming months. Staff are going to use special tablets that will recognize regular customers and offer them special deals specific to the customer. Oh, Tommy loves wingies, huh? Let's give him a little bonus wingy prize. AI-powered cameras will detect when a table needs to be cleared. And there's an AI app for the restaurant managers that helps them oversee day-to-day operations like staffing. Yeah, using AI for the power of awesome, I guess. Shit, it's 10 after 8. No holding back now. Bye-bye, monkey cakes. Bye-bye, monkey cakes. Hey, OneDrive, don't pop shit up. I'm in the middle of a show. Stop that. I don't need to look back at my memories. I'm holding on to my memories like Disturbed. Working out means more sweat. And in this weather, bonus sweat. Hydrate, hydrate. Man, I've talked about it, guys. Drink lots of water. Fill up your chug jug. Give it a hug. And then drink the shit out of it. All day. Twice a day. 50 times a day. Drink it, drink it, drink it. Good morning, Rick. Happy Monday. Dr. Stavros Kavouras, PhD, a professor and director of the Hydration Science Lab at the University of Arkansas, go Razorbacks, shares how to drink for an effective and safe workout. So here you go, Bethy. Trevor. I'll just come here for the chicks, man. First off, before your workout, it is key to drink throughout the day, monitoring your level of hydration by how often you need to pee and the color of your urine, okay? This is an easy way to tell how hydrated you're staying. Peeing around 7 times a day, that's about optimal, according to Dr. Kavouras. Your pee should be clear to straw colored, okay? So like a light blonde at most. If it's anything darker than that, you're dehydrating yourself. You're not drinking enough water. Drink more water. Drink till your pee is clear. Okay? So that's before. Just remember, drinking all day. All day, all day, all day. Now, during your workout, how much water you need depends on how much you sweat. A good rule of thumb is to drink when you're thirsty. No kidding. Okay, but make sure you take some sips even if you're not parched, all right? You may not feel like you're thirsty. I'm fully focused, man. I'm on this tread. I ain't got time to drink. Take time to drink. If your workout is intense, if it's over an hour, switch from water to a sports drink to replenish those electrolytes. But go with the zero sugar kind, all right? If you're going to go sports drink, zero sugar. You're not after, you don't need the sugar. You need the electrolytes. It's what plants crave. So during your workout, take sips, monitor your intake, drink when you're thirsty. And once you're done, an easy way to tell how much water you need to drink post-workout is to weigh yourself before and after to see how much water you lost. The difference equals the fluid that you lost in sweat, according to Dr. Kavouras. So the difference equals, say, 20 to 24 ounces of fluid throughout the rest of the day. That's not hard to do. You know, this 20-ounce cup or probably a pint cup, 16.8, whatever. Done. Chug that shit down. Water's wonderful. You're made of this. Yes, not just when you're trying to thin the counts for the pee test. That's right. So hydrate, suckers. Now let's talk about thrifting because, man, I like going to thrift shops. I like going to auctions. I think it's fun to find old school stuff, you know, kitschy stuff. I think it's fun. I have a shitload in my house. It's my turn to be the guy getting rid of it now. I need to do this soon. It's kind of overwhelming. But anyway, what is old is new again is kind of what they say, right? And the secondhand market has exploded. It has become a $197 billion global industry. Selling your old shit. I'm not kidding. According to Statista, anyway. And collectors are hunting for items that you may have forgot you own. Especially at 51 now. Here, I've got some things that just came up over the years. Probably stuck in a box when I thought it was funny in college. And now that shit's 20-some years old, 30 years old. Might be worth a little money. So what are some of these things that we consider junk in your closet or outdated that could be worth some money to some person who needs help hanging a picture? Vintage band shirts from the 80s and 90s. And take off my shirt before you jinx the band and they break up. If you got vintage concert t-shirts that you're not wearing anymore because either they don't fit or you just don't like it anymore or whatever, throw them shits on eBay. Somebody out there is hunting for it. You can Facebook Marketplace it however you choose to sell it. But your junk could be someone else's treasure. 80s, 90s vintage band t-shirts, go for it. You got an OG Huey Lewis concert t-shirt, I will buy that shit. First generation iPods, early Apple products There is some, whatever reason, nostalgia for these things. I got one of them little Apple, it was an iPod mini or something. It looks like a little Andy's Mint size thing with a little clippy on the back. It was pink. I got it for Carrie. It's got some, I'm going to leave the MP3s on it and sell it that way. It's got some late 90s, early 2K stuff on it. Dennis got some junk in his trunk. Hey, more cushion for the pushing. No, wait, that's not right. Designer handbags from the early 2000s. If you got some old what you think is out of fashion stuff, throw it up there. You never know. I don't know anything about designer purses, but most other people don't either. So just throw that brand up there. They'll dig in. Vintage Levi's jeans are a thing. Vintage denim going strong on the market. And these are things that, you can sell anything you want, right? But these are things that people are actively seeing hot right now, that people are hunting for. Dude, yeah, Thompson Twins t-shirt. Hold me now, Dennis. Warm my heart. Original gaming consoles and cartridges. We talked about Sega Genesis dropping and Sonic dropping on this date back in the day. You got some of that old school console action. Clean it up, package it up, put it on the interwebs, make some money off of it. I got a couple of PS2s and PS3s, and I don't know what the hell else I got down there. But package them up. You're gonna set up an entertainment room when you hit that lottery ticket and build a theater. No, you're not. Just sell them shits, Darren. Vintage sports jerseys, vintage sports memorabilia, maybe some early 2K bobbleheads from such and such series, or things like that. Along with that, trading cards and collectibles. Those are pretty hot too. Baseball cards are kind of making a comeback, and it's fun to see the excitement of it. There's a couple of Facebook groups that are on my radar that, I've got a ton. My dad, for years, every Christmas, I got that year's Topps baseball set. So not 85, 86 through like 92 maybe. Basically when I got out of high school, stopped doing it. But that period of time, I got all those cards. And then I've got some from my dad from the 50s and 60s, and I've got some random ones that I bought in packs over the days. You take care of them, and then down the road, here we are. Now people are interested in them again, which is kind of neat. You would have finally finished that GTA 5 game. Dude, I think that was probably the last thing I played on that PS3. And Carrie and I used to play it when I was in Texas. And we'd play Tiger Woods golf, which was fun. And it had like the Scottish announcer. And he'll like his next shot from there, And but it was good. Oh, sliced it off into the sand. NXS Sydney 91. Kelly tried to donate it. John, what the hell? Woman was crazy. She didn't know what kind of gold you had. Limited edition sneakers. You got some old Jordans you just been hanging on to, or you're a sneakerhead. Some of those sneakerhead early collection stuff, they worth some money now. Especially the basketball shoes, man. And if they're in good shape, you didn't crease them and break them, you can make some bank on that. Film cameras, 35 millimeter cameras, vintage photography equipment. This is going good now. And I got some old school photography and video stuff. I got some old 8 millimeter cameras, stuff like that. Those kind of things, those are going good. And vintage costume jewelry. Ladies, if you got a bunch of old costume jewelry that you maybe, Granny's auction, that's what you picked up, a big-ass box of separate it out, clean it up, put it on the internet, make some money. Go make money off of your closet items. Bring them out of the closet. It's coming out day for your vintage shit. Go make money. Somebody wants this old CRT TV right here. You know why they want it? Because they just bought a vintage Nintendo with Duck Hunt, and you can't play Duck Hunt on modern televisions. You can't. It will not work. The light gun does not work. The frame rate is not what the CRT frame rate is. You got to have a CRT TV if you want to play Duck Hunt. Think I'm kidding? Go try right now. See, I told you. All right, moving on. Bye-bye, vintage time. It is time to talk about top 10 deadliest insects that you should avoid at all costs. Just like this one. This might be a Pokemon. I don't know. I just like the cute little scorpion. Because for what it's worth, there's no scorpion on this list. Nope. Nope, no scorpions on this list of top 10 deadliest insects that you should avoid at all cost. But what's number one on the list? Frickin' mosquitoes. Dirty sons of bitches. I hate mosquitoes, and you guys have heard me say it 1,000 times. Mosquitoes suck. Mosquitoes are responsible for more human death than any other creature on the planet. Any other creature, including ourselves. More human deaths are attributed to mosquitoes than anybody else, anything else, any bzz, fly, bzz, chomp chomps, done. No. Fucking mosquitoes. Sorry. The mosquito spreads a lot of diseases. Malaria, Zika virus, dengue fever, yellow fever, dengue fever. Despite its dirty-ass little small size, its reach is global, relentless, and that makes it the most deadly insect on Earth. I want genetic genocide of mosquitoes. Just cull them all. That's right. He's rocking us like a hurricane. Rock you like a hurricane. Here I am. Oh, thanks, man. That's it's in my head now. It's a good song, though. The assassin bug, also known as the kissing bug, which is a terrible misnomer because it's deadly. This insect, the assassin bug, it spreads Chagas disease, which is a particularly life-threatening condition. Happens a lot in Latin America. It's pretty prevalent there. It transmits this parasite, Trypanosoma cruzi, through its feces, typically while it's feeding near the mouth or eyes. Ew. All right? So you can get Chagas, you can die from the assassin bug. More appropriately named assassin bug, not the kissing bug. But it's kissing bug because it gets around your mouth and eyes. It's disgusting. It poops and kills you. Ew. How about the tsetse fly? Spelled T-S-E-T-S-E. Tsetse fly. Found in sub-Saharan Africa, the tsetse fly transmits trypanosomiasis, better known as African sleeping sickness. Okay, the African sleeping sickness, it actually is a disease that disrupts your sleep cycle. It causes neurological damage and can lead to death. Doesn't that sound like fun too, Dennis? The tsetse fly. I learned about the tsetse fly when I was a little kid because I read National Geographic. Thank you, Grandpa. The driver ant. I did not know what a driver ant was. So I watched a 2, 3 minute, 5 minute, whatever it was, video on them last night. I thought about sharing it. Yeah, you can go look it up. The driver ants are African swarm ants. They travel in big, long columns, big, long lines along the ground. Hundreds of thousands of them. And I want you to think when you saw an anthill and you kicked it when you were a kid and you're like, whoa, look at all those ants. That's maybe a couple, few hundred ants. Hundreds of thousands of ants, larger than them little shitters, hauling ass through the jungle. And I'm talking like a river of ants. And there's big ones that protect the river. The river is all the little workers, hundreds of thousands of workers zzz, going down. And then the big ants sit up on the side like, come at me, come at me. And if something comes at them, they kill it. They kill. They swarm and they kill. Mostly insects that they come across. As they're just cruising down, here comes this little katydid. And he's gone. They chop him up, carry the bits off to the nest to feed and breed. Scary shits. So the driver ants, they have strong mandibles. It can tear through your human flesh with no problem. Okay? Has no problem with that. Infants left unattended, elderly or infirm that live by themselves have been known to be taken over by these ants and killed, eaten, succumbed. Cattle tied up outside somewhere, this has happened. They're like the piranha of land. So that's the driver ant. And the thing is they're very coordinated, very aggressive. So that aggressive coordination, basically once they get you, you can't do shit about it. You can't be like, and brush them off. Like, there's too many too fast. You will be overwhelmed and you will succumb. And most of the big things die because of asphyxiation, because they go up into the nasal passages and into the mouth and choke you out. We're going to need warm and fuzzies today. That was just number 4 on the list. Shit. Fleas. Frickin' fleas. We're fortunate we don't get fleas too bad around here. We'll see what this summer brings. But fleas can also be deadly beyond their itchiness, okay? Lethal little bastards. Historically, they spread the bubonic plague via rats. Killed millions in Europe. Thanks, fleas. Modern flea-borne diseases include murine typhus and cat scratch fever. Cat scratch fever, nut scratch fever, Ted Nugent. Dennis, yeah, dude, seriously. Driver ants, just shredded that sumbitch. Bullet ants. This is another wild one found in the Central and South American rainforest. This is a sting that is said to feel like being shot. Now, it is not fatal on its own, but the pain from the sting of a bullet ant is so debilitating that, it could knock you to a point where something else could kill you. Also, you can have a bad allergic reaction to this. It could trigger anaphylaxis in vulnerable individuals if you are so stung. So stay away from bullet ants. The murder hornet, or the Japanese giant hornet, but we like the term murder hornet because it's more exciting. The murder hornet delivers venomous sting that can cause organ failure if enough stings occur. So it can kill you. In Japan, it causes multiple fatalities each year, especially among those who are allergic, of course, to the venom. Cat is real. Your uncle almost died a few years back from cat scratch fever. Yeah, I think they call it cat scratch disease technically now because, I don't know, they just didn't like the Ted Nugent song or something. But yeah, it's serious business. And this one makes the list, even though it's technically an arachnid and not an insect. But the black widow spider has a venom that causes neurotoxin. It's a neurotoxic venom that causes muscle cramps, severe pain, and in rare cases, death. But it has been known to kill. We think of it as a deadly spider. It's not really that deadly, but it can. It just sucks anyway. But its reputation is pretty fearsome, especially here in North America. But most victims of a black widow spider bite recover. Honestly, I would rather be bitten by a black widow spider than a brown recluse, 10,000 times over, because it's two completely different effects. Brown recluse, that other one causes necrosis in the wound, and you end up with a caved-in spot on your body where it kills off your flesh. Africanized honeybee is number 9 on the list, also known as the killer bee, no association with Wu-Tang. This hybrid species is far more aggressive than typical bees. It wants to fight all the time. They pursue threats for long distances. You piss off an Africanized bee and take off on your 3-wheeler, that bitch is going to fly after you for a long time. And they like to fly in packs and sting in large numbers. That is to overwhelm their targets and trigger fatal reactions. They want to kill you. Africanized killer bees. On the squad. Woof. Scary stuff. All right. And our final one on the list, number 10 on the hot list, is the botfly. While rarely deadly, the human botfly earns its spot due to sheer horror. That's right. Botflies are gross. They lay eggs under your skin. The larva grows by feeding on your flesh under said skin. If not removed, the infection, of course, can cause secondary complications, scarring, or systemic illness. Botflies are nasty. You see them a lot in third world environments, and it's nasty. So there you go. 10 freaking deadly insects you need to avoid at all costs today. Yeah, it's a hybrid. Well, there wasn't. No, it was the Chihuahua bee. The Chihuahua bee was previously already a hybrid species. I think it was created by Taco Bell. in a collaboration with the American Honey Producers Association, I think, for a new like hot honey sauce back in the 2000s. But then they took the Taco Bell bee and they mixed it in the African bees, and now that's. I'm gonna move on. Look at that! Look at that warm and fuzziness. Little man fur for you guys. Warm and fuzzy because it's hot today, and that guy's gonna be sweaty by now. But this is kind of cool. You know, we talk about social media. We're here together on social media, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or all of them. Whatever you're into social media wise, we see a lot of ads. We see a shitload of ads on everything now. But you see those TikToks where sometimes you wonder if it's staged, sometimes you wonder if it's legit, where somebody's just going out doing a good deed, helping out a homeless person or doing this thing, or helping a kid get a bike. Those kind of TikToks are awesome, and especially, I love them when they are seen as legit and when it's proven as legit. And this person, maybe you had some social media success and you're getting $1,000 a month or something, or $10,000 a month, or whatever you're getting out of that. And you can take that revenue and go back. You know what? I'm going to take $300 out today. I'm going to the grocery store, find a lady that looks like she needs $300 and bless her ass with that. Good. What am I reaching for? I don't know what I was reaching for. My water bottle? Probably. I'm fidgety because I'm sore. Well, anyway, our first warm and fuzzy is one of those stories, and I think it's a cool one. This is out of hometown for Miss Sharp, Jacksonville, Florida. A Jacksonville resident named Ireland Danahold made a TikTok video for Larry Bailey, who is a dedicated and elderly DoorDash driver. The video went viral, ended up leading, it was a video of him, the elderly DoorDash driver, delivery guy. Led to a GoFundMe campaign that raised some money to help Larry out. Raised over 21. Oh, that's true. Yeah. There's my hand puppet. Fuzzy hand puppet. Wait. The hand up top. God, I can't think of where it's at. There you go. Oh, that is a little bizarre, Trevor. Thanks. The GoFundMe campaign, by the way, raised over $21,000 to help Larry out. Ireland expressed her gratitude to the viewers that donated and stated, quote, "Just knowing that he knows the community loves and appreciates him is all I needed to know." And that's cool. I like seeing those, man. Like I said, if you're being blessed and you got the opportunity to pass that blessing along, shit, please. Especially when it's terribly hot. Yeah. I'm reaching for, I want to give him a pat on the ass. There you go. Wow. Number 2 on the list, my brother-in-law is a nurse. A lot of us have nurses in our family. Some of you are nurses. Always on the job. Nurses never take a day off. I'll take one to look at my ribs today. I might have to go get an x-ray, man. I hope I didn't crack one. Whoa. WOWO, wherever that's at. I assume it's in Indiana, but they reported that a Rockville, Indiana nurse named Ashley Piccinino recently saved a 10-year-old girl who was unresponsive after being pulled from a lake. Worst nightmare as a parent ever is one of my kids silently slipping under the water. I don't care what else you can think of. That's it. The girl was underwater for 2 to 3 minutes. They pulled her out, but the nurse was able to get her conscious again before she was airlifted to the hospital. And thanks to her quick action, hopefully this girl's going to turn out okay. But cheers to our nurses. Thank you, Ashley, for being there for that kid and those parents in that instant. Hello, nurse. Yes, Woodard. And, I mean, sometimes, nobody likes to go to the hospital. But sometimes you look out and get a smoke show of a nurse, right? And you're like, do I just keep hitting the call button? Are they going to pick up on this? Our final warm and fuzzy comes to us from Pueblo, Colorado, where a dad recently saved his daughter's life. I know any of us on here that are dads would do this without second thought if it was needed. because you guys are good dads. Saved his daughter's life. How did he do it? He donated part of his liver. The father underwent surgery to donate a portion of his liver to his 11-year-old daughter, Mackenzie. The transplant was successful. Mackenzie is now recovering. I don't know how that works. I don't know the science behind it. I don't know how you take part of a liver to help somebody else. But I think overall that is just an incredible thing. Yeah, no question. Do whatever you can for your kids. Man, I am going to go get some more ibuprofen in a little bit. You guys. I'm going to put it like this, too. I'm pretty sure the reason I fell now, I'm irritated that my board did not give me any haptic feedback or anything. It just nosedived, throwing me. That's unnecessary. But I also know, to be completely honest, that when I got on that board and I pulled out of the dugout and I was getting ready to head down the sidewalk, I'm like, I'm going to take off fast. So they're like, ooh, look how quick he goes. Well, that's what I get, ego boy. Ate shit, didn't you, Darren? Yes, you did. Little piece of humble pie for Darren last night, and I'm going to be snacking on that for a few days. Yeah, exactly, and I didn't puncture anything. I know that, so that's kind of what I had read up, John, because, yeah, been there, done that. I've been, farm life, you get kicked around a little bit, stomped here and there by the cows and knocked down and run over, and so kind of traveled that road before, and yeah, there's not a whole lot. It's like a broken toe. Like you're gonna fix it a certain way and hope for the best, but for the most part, just suck it up, Nancy, and rock and roll. Right? Heat advisory in effect until 7 p.m. Friday, and not much reprieve from that. So please take care of yourselves. Take care of your neighbors. Dude, Trevor, I didn't take my camera with me because I knew I wasn't going to be allowed to go right on the field. I wanted to go down and go buzz around the field, and then I'd take my camera. But I didn't have my camera, didn't have it on. And I had just taken a picture with one of the catfish crew. The girl was like, oh, hey, Darren, let's take a picture. And I was like, with my helmet and all my shit, and then summarily wiped out. It's got to be somewhere around where I'm waiting for your kidney to transplant. Yeah, you need that girl's dad. Maybe he's got another extra part he can spare, Dennis. It's just a flesh wound, that's right. How about you? I'll give you what for? All right, damn it. That's the end of the show. Happy Monday. Have a killer week. We'll be back at it. We'll be back at it on Wednesday morning, bright and early. Hope to see you then. In the meantime, in between time, remember charity today. And remember that quote from the top of the show from Mother Teresa. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Have a great week. Be a nice human. See you.